Imagine you're cruising smoothly at 150 miles per hour, high above a congested city grid. Suddenly, a rare, catastrophic emergency forces the aircraft down. If you were in a traditional helicopter, the pilot might use a mechanical safety net called autorotation, using the rushing air to spin the massive main rotors and cushion the landing. But many electric vertical takeoff and landing craft, or eVTOLs, have ultra-high disk loading. Their tiny rotors are optimized for fast-forward flight, not hovering efficiency. If they lose complete thrust, they cannot auto-rotate. Now, if you are in a winged tilt-rotor design, like an Archer or Joby aircraft, you can actually glide down like an airplane. But if you are in a pure multi-rotor taxi with no wings, you are completely dependent on physics, material science, and a split-second battle against kinetic energy. In a standard car accident, you have a massive crumple zone, the hood and bumper bend to absorb energy over a horizontal distance. But in a vertical impact, your deceleration distance is practically zero. According to the laws of motion, kinetic energy equals half the mass times velocity squared. If you double your downward speed, the impact energy doesn't double, it quadruples. To make things trickier, aerospace engineers face a brutal trade-off. To maximize battery range, these aircraft are built out of incredibly lightweight carbon fiber composites. But unlike heavy automotive steel, which bends and absorbs energy, carbon fiber is highly brittle. Under severe loads, it shatters. Without protection, that immense impact force travels directly up into the cabin. This is why NASA and industry leaders are heavily testing stroking seats. These specialized chairs are designed to mechanically deform and slide downward during a crash, using those vital few inches of space to drop the G-forces down to a level the human spine can actually survive. But let's say the structure holds, the seats stroke down, and you survive the initial impact. The next phase of physics presents an entirely different threat: thermal runaway. To power their electric motors, eVTOLs carry high-density lithium-ion battery packs, often built directly into the floor or wings. If the impact is violent enough to crush the internal separators inside these cells, a massive internal short circuit begins. This triggers a self-sustaining chemical chain reaction. The failing cells generate their own heat and oxygen internally, with temperatures capable of peaking at a staggering 1000 degrees Celsius. Now, contrary to popular belief, the whole aircraft doesn't explode in a fraction of a second. Under simulated aviation conditions, it actually takes roughly 6 to 8 minutes for a compromised battery pack to reach its absolute peak temperature. But it creates a ticking clock for emergency crews to isolate the heat before it breaches the cabin. Because the margins are so thin, engineers don't just plan for the crash, they try to stop it mid-air. Many eVTOL designs are implementing whole aircraft ballistic parachutes. Driven by solid rocket motors, these canopies can deploy and grab air in less than 1.5 seconds. In a best-case scenario, tests have shown these chutes can slow a descent to a survivable 5 meters per second. However, a major debate is still raging in the aviation industry. Since air taxis are designed to operate at low altitudes inside urban corridors, a parachute might not have the time or altitude it needs to fully inflate if an emergency happens right after takeoff. Ultimate safety in this new era of flight isn't achieved by a single magic fix. It's a highly calculated ecosystem of backup batteries, redundant motors, and impact-absorbing structures. eVTOLs are reshaping our skies, but only because engineering is learning exactly how to outsmart the laws of physics.